This is first page, that is admin.php. Here we have two options, like if I click on student, it will go on login.php, and if I go on admin, it will go on admin.php. First, I will tell you about the student.php. I click on student, it will go on login.php. I will open login.php and show you what happened in that. First, I will tell you what happened here. In that table, I mean register here table, I simply take all the records and then send into the database. In student here, that is table. I'm talking about that table. Simply I take all data from user and save in variable. Here I am taking, sorry, here I am taking all value from user, like full name, username, password, gender, etc. I am taking in value, all value in that variable, and that check is if, for example, if user do not write anything in fields and click on submit, then he will show error, any field is empty. Like if I not write anything on here and click on submit, I will see error, any field is empty. So it's just if condition. So if user write anything, so this code will not run. Then second thing, I will ensure that maybe, for example, if a username come and his name is Said, and maybe the other user will also write the name Said in that table. So I do not want repetition, because like when we make account on Facebook, and if we type username during creation, so Facebook say to us that this username is already taken. So that is the same example, like username is a unique, password may be the repeat, but the username will be the same. So this chunk of code will be ensure that username will be the, I mean the new username will be the unique. Repetition is not allowed. I simply check, go in lib table, and I am checking maybe that I'm checking to username, US mean username. So if that query value equal to 1, so it's mean there there is already user exist. I mean simply this query execute, and if the result is 1, it's mean that the username will be repeated. So this error will be shown and code not run further. For example, the user fill all field, and his username is not repeated, so that code will execute. It simply take value. I simply take I already have value in that variables, app name, email. I already have all value in that variable. I simply push that variable in the database, app name, US name, like I will show you here. That is our database, and that is lib table. Here you can see app name, username, like ph. Here I simply write that database table name, and here I write the variable names, and if that code execute, simply calculation, this message will be shown. Now I will tell you if a user already made account, and now he want to log in. What happened here? I will again I come here. I already made one account that username is S and password is also S. I will show you here in libtable. I had already have one account that name is S and pass is S. So I will tell you about this. And that is here. Like if the user write his username and password, I simply collect that in name. Here I get name value in admin name, and I get the password in pass. Here there is the concept of session. Like when a username entered his name and password and click on login, his session will be created, and that session will be created until he click on logout. Like when we log in on Facebook, our session will be created, and when we log out, our session will be destroyed. So here we also doing same, that when the admin I mean user enter his name and password, his session will be created. This is simply session code, and I will make session on the username because I already told you that in our database the username will be the unique. So here session will be created. Here I am ensuring one more thing, that is maybe the user write wrong password and wrong username. So if the user write correct password and correct username, so this message, so this code will be executed. I mean, it simply jump into the student.php file. It can access student.php file, and if he wrote wrong password, this message will be showed. Simply here one query run. I take username and password, and I simply made query. This query said that admin name, I wrote and admin, both value should be correct. I mean username and password should be correct. So I already have account. I write S. So when I click on login, my session will be created, and I jump into this. Here you can see my username is S. Now we are on student.php file. I will open that student.php. Here on that is I am taking like I told you, when a user click on login, his session will be created. Here I simply taking that session value because later on I want to print that value. Here you can see I print that value. Like here I made session according to my username, and my username value is S. So I am printing simply that value. So you can see on student.php we have two table. One table is that one, and second is that one. First I will told you about that one. Here that is our table. Here I made the query select from books where status is equal to available. It's mean that select all books that have status is equal to available. Like in books maybe we have too much data. In books now we have only one data, but maybe we have